Good evening, good evening. My name is Herbert Fenner. This is Invisible Ink. And I just want to remind you that it's your story and you can rewrite it if you want to. I just wanted to take a moment and I just wanted to touch on, the situation that has gone viral in reference to the young lady assaulting the teacher at, I believe it was Douglas High School. And there were many people who commented, and many of the comments came out of frustration and came out of anger, and rightly so. I was also upset, when I saw, the young lady strike the teacher as well. However, I just want to remind us, especially those who are parents and, concerned citizens, that we have to continue, to fight for our children. We can't give up, on our children. I remember, some years ago in Baltimore, they had, a saying, no child, left behind, and I wonder what happened, to that statement. I wonder, what happened, to that philosophy, because as a parent that our children are being left behind. Our children are not really being attended to. Our children are not being challenged. Our children are not being encouraged. So I just want to remind us that, many of us, we were the nuisance child. We were the troubled child. I was one. I was one that had an attitude, behavior issue when I was young. I was one that got put out of school, for fighting. I was one of the ones who ended up in jail. I was one of the ones who was a public nuisance, and I wasn't the only one. There were many who today are doing, pretty good for themselves, are actually in a position where they actually taking care of their families, because they have grown up. However, they had some challenges too. They had some struggles too, and also had some things in which they had to overcome. But the thing was, no one gave up on them. No one gave up on them. And if no one gave up on you, then I don't think it's right for you to, give up on anyone else, especially our youth, especially our children. So we have to continue to fight for them. We have to continue to challenge them. We have to continue to motivate them. We have to continue to inspire them. We have to continue to get in their face, to get in their business, and let them know that we're not going anywhere, that, we're not afraid of them. We're not intimidated by them, but we're going to continue to speak our mind. We're going to continue to lead by example. We're going to continue to care for them. We're going to continue to love on them, because I know that, love is what makes all the difference in the world, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, and if we're going to change, the dynamics, of what's going on in our community, within our homes, then we have to express love. We have to express that we are truly concerned, and love is spelled T-I-M-E, meaning time. The way that we show that we love our children and the way that we show that we have love, for our community is that we make ourselves available. We have to spend time with our children. We have to spend time with the youth. We have to make ourselves available so that we can be in a position to be able to assist them and help them, because I'm a firm believer that those who are closest to the problem is closest to the solution, and we are closest to the problem. So we, are in a position where we can help, or we can hurt, but if we're not going to help, then we shouldn't look to hurt. We shouldn't look to make comments, if we're not looking, to lend a hand. Many of you have gifts, you have talents, many of you have careers, many of you have your own business, you have something to offer, and you have to just, evaluate what is it that you have to offer, and see what is it that you can do, to make things different, to turn things around. So I just want, just to remind us that, many of us, we come through the trenches. Many of us, we fell on some hard times. We had some challenges, and there was someone who believed in us, and their believing in us, it made all the difference in the world. So I just want to encourage you not to give up on our youth, not to give up on, our young people, because we were once, once young people, we were once, trouble. We were once, considered to be a public nuisance, and things have changed for us so things can change for them. So never judge something that's still on the move. They're still on the move. They still have breath in their body. As long as they have breath in their body, then things can change. This is Invisible Ink, and I want to remind you that this is your life story, and you can rewrite it if you want to.